What's up guys, it's DWrecked, and today you're going to learn 5 tips to aim like a champ with a shotgun and improve your KD. I'll also show how you can learn from your mistakes and play smarter if your aim isn't that great. If you enjoyed these tips, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more. We're just going to dive right in here, starting with easier tactics and advancing to harder ones. A lot of it comes down to your hand-eye coordination and experience, but you're going to learn ways to be much more accurate just by playing smarter. Anyone can do this. The first tip is really simple and takes no talent. That's to keep your aim at eye level. I know a lot of players like to look at the ground instead so they can kind of get a better view of the area. Anytime you have an enemy nearby and you're going through a doorway or in a build battle, you'll drastically improve your aim by keeping it focused on where their head is going to be. That way you don't have to make a huge change to your aim when they're open for a shot. If you anticipate where they'll be and then just pull the trigger as your cursor hits them, it is so much easier to kill them. This is something all pros do in combat and as they're jumping. Since you're already aiming at head level, you barely have to adjust your aim for a headshot instead of trying to flick shots straight up and to the side. Let's look at one clip I could have been better and one pro smarts play. In this first clip, I see the other player build a ramp and I wait to see if he pops his head over the wall, which is good. Instead, he runs away and I follow him by aiming at the ground, which is bad. I already know his head can't fit under the ramp he ran to, and it's likely he's standing in the corner. So I have to try and correct my aim from the ground to his head, and I'm lucky it only takes a body shot to kill him. This next play is a strategy that not a lot of players think about. I know the other guy's below me, and I edit my floor, then start to edit my ramp. But after I edit my ramp, I don't confirm it right away. I draw the edit, then I wait until I'm aiming at his head again, so as soon as I click confirm, I can headshot him without giving any time to react. The second tip is a controller only tip, and that's to aim down sight right as you shoot. There's a huge debate about aim assist right now, and in the comments I'd love to hear if you guys think it's overpowered and hope they change it, or if you couldn't play without it. At the moment, if your aim is close to the enemy and you aim down sight as you shoot, it will lock onto the other player for easier shots. This is one of the most useful tactics in the game and will be the biggest way you improve if you start using it. If you take tip 1 and 2 together, you'll start hitting headshots all the time. I also like to use this when other players are breaking my walls or when they're in the shadows and I can't see them well. It gives me a more accurate shot, then I build again for cover. Your aim still has to be close to the other player or aim assist isn't going to help at all. Up third is all about positioning. I almost always give myself a right shoulder advantage because it means my shots will be easier to hit and I'll take less damage since I can easily hide behind cover. This is another strategy where you can get a ton of kills by just playing smart. In all of these clips you'll notice I'm hiding behind cover so my right side can easily shoot the other player, and as soon as I shoot I duck back to safety. The more mobile you are in a fight, the more difficult you are to shoot, and the more opportunities you have to take shots, so you don't have to be completely accurate. Because of that, I always push enemies in a way that gives me right shoulder advantage and takes theirs away. This is a great example of playing the corner tight for maximum cover in a 2v1. I knock the first guy and damage his teammate, then I take cover when he turns to me, and I patiently wait for him to make a mistake. I pull back a bit, keep my aim where I anticipate he'll go, and get a free easy shot when he makes a bad jump. Next up, I'm fighting another player and I don't have right shoulder advantage to start off. I could pull back behind the wall to the left, but that kind of boxes me in for attacks from multiple sides and the player below could easily third party me. Instead, I build a wall and I hold it until I can go up the ramp and take the advantage back. After that, I move around so I'm always shooting around corners and the other player can't even take a shot at me before I kill him. I briefly touch on it, but you want to stay mobile in a fight not only to avoid damage, but also to be more accurate. This is especially true for controller players. You don't always need to flick your aim for shots, you can simply strafe a little to the sides for small corrections. Nick Merckx has some of the best shotgun accuracy on controller and lives for this shit. He'll run circles around other players and uses movement to aim for him instead of turning. Most of the time you can just move to help your aim, but you can also literally run circles around other players, which is absolutely hilarious to do. All you need to do is duck when you need to dodge their shots, and then shoot them in between. This is also one of the most useful strategies out there when you're in a close encounter 50-50. Like when you're so close to the other player that neither of you can build a ramp or a wall to separate yourselves. The only thing that can help you avoid damage there is strafing or E-nassing, so mobility will be key. Last up is to stop using jump shots and flick shots. Yes, you can still use the Tfue Classic from high ground and can jump shot for better angles from low ground. Those are exceptions. But jump and flick shots are much harder to hit than any other shot, and you should try to limit how much you use them. You can absolutely get better at them, but then you have to try and control your vertical movement as you jump, track the enemy, and flick on them all at the same time. The other issue for controller players is how weak aim assist is when you're midair, which makes the shots even more difficult to hit. You'll notice in most of these clips that my jump shot is accurate when the other player's barely moving, but not so great when they're mobile. The other thing I want to add is to be aware of the timing of your enemy's shots. What I mean by that is, let's say you're in a fight with another player, both of you have a pump shotgun like in this clip. Both of us are hopping around, no one can hit a shot, it's a total nightmare. Mid-fight, I realize that he misses his shot before me, which means he has to wait a second to pump it, and I can still shoot. So I can be patient, wait a split second, and line up my shot since he can't use a shotgun on me. One extra tip is to get in creative mode and practice. One of the biggest problems you likely have is you don't control your aim at all, you just kind of flick and pray your shotgun hits. I'm improving my aim and editing course from the other day, so if you guys want, I can release that. Anything where you actively focus on controlling your aim is gonna help your accuracy. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and share it with a friend that talks about their shotgun not doing damage. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.